a good thing. You're establishing a line of communication and some ground rules that...
Now all of a sudden, you come at an angle, it's...
No, I told you. I told Bob. I told you.
Yeah.
I talked to David Friday. He told me that he was having a new city lawyer, who's a labor fucking lawyer, just so you're aware.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
It's no threats.
The letter of request to validate everything so they answer the union questions in a proper format.
I have not
And
seen
the
that.
lawyer looked at it. And the lawyer also looked at Local 1822. It pulled it up on the fucking website. And he informed the mayor. He said, I'm doing this stuff and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But you need to be aware that Local 1822 is at a position where they haven't filed any
You're absolutely right.
IRS forms.
How long we been?
And the IRS is...
How long we been doing it? You know, I take full responsibility. I'm not saying I don't take responsibility for that. It's on me. It's on me. I'm just saying Bob went back, I don't know how many years, 4 years, whatever you went back, and established something. We got better financial records than we had in years. It took this long to get this shit. We tried to get an audit committee. Did you send those in yet?
The audit committee's not...
What are you talking about? I've asked him for the stuff and he never gave it to me.
Excuse me?
I asked you the last time. I said, when are we going to get together?
On vacation.
And I asked you for it.
I said no, and I told you I had all the stuff
you
that
said
you
it's
needed.
okay. But no, we
I
didn't
didn't say it was
look at
okay.
it. Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't, because
Yeah,
you told me
it's
you
not
were
okay.
going to get on it when you got back from vacation.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
Then what
I
I'm
didn't
saying
even know that we
is,
had
this is not
I
the first audit committee for this only audit.
You're right.
You know?
You're absolutely
right. And you let this happen. You let this happen.
Okay.
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at it. Am I blaming you for anything? I'm just saying. Did you send them
Make sure
in?
you're not, because I didn't do it.
I'm just saying, did you send them in?
It's not the audit committee's responsibility to send in the documentation. It's the union office.
I'm not saying any
You
different.
just said that, Casey.
No, what I said that you send them in.
No.
Yeah, did I send it in? I don't send it in. Did I send it in when I did it?
I was told that you was going to send it in when you got back from vacation.
No, I don't send it in.
I came to you in your
That's what I was told.
No.
When the audit's complete, the treasurer sends them in. It's your responsibility.
I understand that.
Solely.
That's,
Okay. That's simple. That's fixed.
What I'm saying is that I
problem
come to you
solved.
and ask you.
Slash.
Yeah, we just talked about...
Mark it off the list. Next.
Everything's fine. I just told you that I had everything from 3 years back.
Okay.
For the
And
audit. And you said exactly, you said, well, that will make things a lot easier.
Okay.
And you said, I was just saying that. I didn't, I'm going to be honest
Well,
with you.
he's asking me if I've sent them in.
Wait a minute.
You know,
Okay, well, whatever. Okay, let me
no, don't rephrase. You've already said it. You're saying, well, did you send them in?
Are you done? Are you
We
done?
haven't
Are you done with what you looked at?
Huh?
Are you done with what you have
We
looked at?
haven't looked at it
Okay.
yet.
It's done. Simple. There it is. That's the answer. That's all I needed.
But what I'm saying is that, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't even know that we had to fill this paperwork out. I had no idea.
Well, if you go on the IFF site, it kind of there's a place for you as a secretary. And I've told you this before, and it lines out everything that you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do.
Well, let me ask you this next question. When I've sent them in, when I was Secretary Treasurer, you always send them in international. Do they send it? Do they forward to the IRS? I don't know. I've never had any questions whenever we've done an audit. That's what you've always done.
I mean, I'm just telling you.
I guess.
I sent them into the IFF. That's all I was told to do.
I said,
That's me.
well, how much
Me too.
how much of our monthly payments? Never could get an answer from it. Nobody knows.
Monthly payments on what?
How much our expenditures are per month.
Well, you know that you can call.
I already talked to
call
him.
the
I already got
international.
all that information.
We already got all the
What I'm saying is
information.
I had to go find it. But what I'm saying is if I don't know, I can't do it. So that's why I called him. Said we need to get our shit together. Can you come in so we can fill out our paperwork and get it done?
It's there. You got the last 3 years back?
Do I have?
Yeah.
I have all the documentation.
Look, you know,
Make
this whole
copies and
thing-
send it in.
This whole thing with the MOU, and you know, and this is the way I see it. And there's nothing wrong with the letter you wrote to the
No,
city
we
hall and all
wrote.
that
That's
stuff.
what the body decided.
You know,
My
there's
name's on
nothing.
it.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. My question is, it's like, but the thing is, you know, I don't know what you're saying. Well, stuff should have started happening in November.
You're
okay?
exactly right.
Okay.
On that end.
Now wait a minute, Ronnie. Let me finish what I'm saying. Stuff should have happened in November. If you guys don't take, or if we don't take a step forward and say, "Hey, we want to have a meeting," we don't want to do anything. If they don't take a step, we want to have a meeting with you, then apparently everything's okay. Okay, you come to me,
exactly right.
I am not, and it even says in the MOU that you have to select somebody to be the,
we already have
over and talk to.
We already have that. It's already been established. It's the 3 officers.
Right.
But everybody else goes over there and feels like, and it specifically states in there, that nobody should be going over talking about this contract unless it's a bargaining committee
Nobody's
member.
going over there to negotiate.
Nobody's over there negotiating the contract.
No, but people put their 2 cents in on it. Everybody, and I ain't got a problem if somebody pay. Yeah, sure, we'll go over and talk.
Contract is what the contract is. Anybody can say anything they want to about it. It's
no, but
freedom of the country. But But the thing is, if we don't, as a union, take a step and say, hey, we want to talk about wages, or we want to talk about this or whatever.
You got any coffee in there?
There's nothing.
No.
Then if you don't write a letter, if you don't let them know. I'm not the person. Well, this letter's dated April the 4th. You've only got 30 days after
April 4th.
after November, December 15th.
No, it's 30 days on what our finding, what we present to them, and our position on it. Then they got 30 days to respond, to sit down and talk about it.
Okay, but you never done anything within 30 days of all that.
No, I'm talking about when the letter was sent out.
Well, yeah, but that's the letter you sent out.
That's what we want to
There's a lot of things in that letter that we're way months past that you really
and I will totally agree. And I'll go back to what Ronnie said. Everybody's new to this. This wasn't a threat letter from the union. It was, hey, let's just sit down and talk.
Nobody said it was a threat letter. But the thing is, the things are brought up, okay? And that you're wanting to discuss the problems. Well, if you don't take that step forward and say there's a problem in a timely manner, then there's no problem.
When we
waited too long to write this letter.
I'm not saying we didn't. I am not saying we didn't.
For the wage and benefits.
Yeah, not saying that. Not saying that. But when we talked, we did talk. We said, hey, we talked about wage. You said you was putting in for 5%. Fine. And your response back to me was, why do y'all got to have your 2 cents in it? I said, because it states in the contract.
I said, well, what else you want? And you never, you didn't say anything.
What else
you said it was okay. I mean, I never got anything, you never said anything coarse about it. About me asking for 5%.
No, our discussion was this. We didn't want to go over there and say, hey, we want 15%. And you was going after 5. That was where we wanted to talk and say, we didn't want to go over and say, we want 15%, you're going for 5. Hell, we settled for 5. When we got nothing.
Well,
everybody in the city got something, but
I don't know.
The contract, as far as wage and benefits goes, the contract dictates what that's going to be.
It does, but as long as both parties, they said you're getting a raise, then everything's got to go back and be amended.
Correct.
I'm still waiting on council meeting minutes that they had to amend to fix Nate Down's money issues. Still ain't got it. Because Mary Beth asked the other day, I said, I'm still waiting on the minutes. I said, she's got them, but I said, I don't have them.
The Rich Hively has copies of all the minutes that he puts on his cityof.nitro.org website, or whatever Rich Hively's website is. The city's website, when and if we get that up and running, all that shit will be uploaded immediately.
It's on there.
But I don't know what they got. I don't fucking look at it.
No.
And here's the other thing, and I've got to go, and I'm going to keep this short.
I need to get logged into the computer. I can't log in.
Use his login.
I don't want to use his login.
Because I might have to, if your login won't work, I might have to sit help do it. I don't have time to do it.
Okay. Bob, you're doing reports today.
And the bottom line is with the whole thing, it's just like me showing up. I've got a budget I've got to stay within. And I'm trying to do the right thing, okay? And they asked me, they said, can you do this? And I did. I'm doing what my boss asked me to do. Just like me as your boss, to ask you to do things, or ask him to do things, or anything else.
But here's the difference.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm not done with what I'm saying.
Well, I'm not either.
Okay?
Okay. Understood?
No,
Good.
no, I don't understand you. You understand me.
Oh,
understand?
You think
you understand me?
No, not coming out of your mouth. I don't. Because you don't talk to nobody. How the fuck do I understand?
What do you mean I don't talk? I'm in there every day, buddy. I talk to everybody.
You
no.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
It's not what you think.
No. It's what everybody thinks.
No, it's what you go out and run your mouth about to everybody.
I run my mouth about.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. Like you post on fucking topics.
Do I?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
I don't know. People posting from City Hall in there.
Tell me who's posting from City Hall. Oh, I've got an office in City Hall.
Pretty much.
Do I?
I don't know. You should.
I don't post from City Hall.
And I'm gonna say,
I don't post
you
on
don't,
there.
oh, right, yeah. You just told me
Just like you asked me out there in the street that day. I told you, Casey, I don't post nothing about you on anything, about anybody, anywhere.
People can post anything about me, just don't post about my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to sit there and say that stuff that I'm doing it, but maybe you're out there doing it.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. Same thing I told AJ. This fucking guy here, I'm going to tell you to your fucking face. I don't post shit on this fucking chicken shit website.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Bull.
That's bull. Yeah. Come and ask me. I'll tell you anything you want to hear.
Okay, what have you, then tell me everything you've posted about me on
Not a fucking thing. I can tell you that right now. Dude, look at my IP address, big guy. Big guy. Yeah.
You even have one?
Yeah. No, I don't.
I didn't think so. This is the kind of attitude I'm talking about.
You starts with you too.
Don't start.
Yeah, I'll start with what I want to start with.
Well, good, and you'll find yourself. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Well, I'm here.
All right.
I'm here.
Because don't think I'm gonna do it.
Do it. Please do it. Give me 4 months off with pay, please.
You won't get paid.
I'm sure because you're the big man on campus now.
I am now.
Yeah,
I am big man on campus.
Act like it.
You need.
You this whole time you wanted to change. Start changing.
I've been trying to change.
I'm not saying you haven't been trying.
I can't even get $1,500 from the association to do it.
Fuck no!
Watch your mouth and watch your cussing.
No, I'll cuss what I want to cuss.
No, you won't.
They set up about
$99,000.
$99,000.
Oh, bullcrap. You don't even know what you're talking about. We're talking about the fire department. We're not talking about gazebo.
I am because it comes out of the city budget.
Oh,
they can't find $1,600, but they can put $38,000 worth of phones in the city. Come on now.
Well, I think maybe in the minutes what it did state is you all were talking about the mayor's office.
Yes, we got however many $1 million worth of equipment over getting ruined.
Yeah, and we're getting ready to get the roof fixed.
I'm not saying we're not. I'm just saying that over there is a little bit more important with the assets.
I have been getting things done, Casey.
I'm not saying you have.
Like, but we want to go buy water. We want to go buy coffee.
You damn right.
I need coffee.
You damn right. What are we supposed to drink? We can put a filter on the
truck. You leave a man here by himself.
No. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
You did?
Are you kidding me?
Is
You got here by yourself?
Is it not still in the policies and procedures?
3-man minimum. Not 16 hours a day, 24 hours.
Okay. You call it what you want.
That's what it says.
You don't leave. You don't leave.
Don't talk to me about it.
You don't leave until you've been relieved.
Don't talk to me about it.
Can't make somebody work more than 24 hours.
You can't.
Anybody work
I said, believe me, I think I want to see my family for once.
I don't blame you, Casey. I don't.
I care about the place.
It's like, you know, just because you come in here and work it all the time and nobody else does, then...
I do it because I don't want to let... Today, I said, no, I can't work it today. I can't.
Why haven't we put somebody on swing? Because I'm willing to work overtime. A lot of these younger guys won't work any overtime. But the reason I can't ever work it is because you got one shift that's stacked heavy. They don't normally have overtime on their shift.
Very seldom.
So why don't we put a firefighter on swing like the contract says and alleviate some of it? It was just like AJ.
Well, we got to get our manpower back up before we can do this stuff. But I just hired the guys.
No, what I'm saying is that right now, what I'm saying is I can't work any of it because all the overtime's on my shift. If we had a swing man, it might alleviate. I've seen where it could have alleviated through the schedule. Then we got people, AJ come in here, I had already called out overtime because it had him off and didn't have enough people to cover the shift. I filled the shift and he showed it up in the next morning. And he goes, well, shit, I'll just go home then. Well, that's 24 hours of overtime that we didn't need. You know what I mean? It's just simple.
Believe me, been here 74 hours this pay period, 72 the last. I'm not complaining because I need the money. I don't want to leave the guys hanging, but I can't work every day, and Chad can't work every day.
You can't blame anybody else if they don't want to work. If they don't want to work, they don't want to work.
But there was this big conspiracy that everybody was getting skipped by God when everybody else was on shift.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to go back when I was on shift, we were getting skipped. People weren't calling me. They weren't calling AJ. And if you say anything else, it's bullshit.
Oh.
Well, I tell you what, I've been...
No, it is. And you know it was. And you know it was happening.
Me?
You know it was
I don't call nobody out. That's not my position to do that.
It could be. It has been.
It has been, but have I ever... How many times have I ever called you for overtime?
I don't know.
Very few. Because you know what? Because I'm not always in the position to call people out for overtime. Unless Sean tells me to.
No, but it's the fact that I did get skipped over.
But no, there's this big conspiracy. Everybody's bullying people out of overtime and all
not
this.
happening now. You're talking about shit that happened last year,
It never happened. It's a big bullshit smoke and mirrors. It was bullshit smoke and mirrors.
Just like nobody has ever been late for work, Casey, right?
You're right. And I apologize to you for that. How many times I've been late in 8 years on your ship?
Huh?
How many times was I late 8 years? You can remember what happened 12 years?
I can call
one
you
time.
out of bed.
One time. In 12 years, one time, and you talked to me about it, and it hasn't ever happened since? No.
No, but the fact that you say, well, you said on, you swore.
Yeah. After I said that, I said, how many times have I told you? By God, you're right. Exactly what I told them. After it was all said and done.
Who'd you say?
Everybody.
Who?
Everybody. Ely and everybody. I said, yeah, you
wait till you got back over here, but you wouldn't go back over there on the stand and say it.
Oh, it's like you. I'm sure you never lied on the stand either, did you?
I didn't lay on the stand, did I? Yeah, I did never.
Never.
But I guess my thing is
no, we're rescinding is what we're doing. We're going right back into when Ernie was here and all the horse shit.
But I believe it. You was part of the horse shit too.
Wait a minute. As the chief, it's his responsibility to keep the manpower distributed evenly.
Nobody's saying any different.
Wait a minute. The overtime can be managed. Kelly's and vacation can be canceled to keep 3 people on the shift.
If it happens, it happens.
That's
the city's responsibility was to hire 2 to fill slots.
He has not done that.
They're doing that.
Finally. September, we've been short since September.
Yeah, and we've been.
Whose fault's that?
I'm not saying. Hey,
you know, yeah. I've only been doing this for 3 months, and I've had my feet down, and I've hit the ground running, trying to get this stuff done. All I need is some support.
Well, support everybody else.
And you all want to bitch about the mold that's really not here, and everything else. I got you a new roof. I got you money for the kitchen. All I asked for was $1,500 is so we could get the supplies to do it. And what did I get? I didn't get no support. I'm trying to give you all support. I got to have some back. Come on, work with me.
Just work with us. But maybe
doing what?
Maybe we don't feel that you're working with us.
How's that? But no, I'm not working with you.
No, I don't care about me. It's about us.
No, it's all about us. You
yeah, exactly. That's all about me because I work all the time to try to keep you from having this situation here, but I'm not trying to work with you. Yeah, I'm not working with you.
What situation are you talking about?
3-man minimum is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You know, but nobody's working.
I mean, and when you put down over there, and I know from my perspective of it, that like, and it's nothing against Ronnie, but it was like the days that you had him scheduled. It's not a man on the truck. He's over there, or he's out doing something.
Well, I guess you can say the same thing about me.
It is.
Exactly.
But that's what they ask you to do. Well, but I'm available. I've got a radio on, and I'm available, and I'm capable of doing anything else anybody else is here.
That's not. You're not manning a truck. You're not running calls.
Well, 9 times out of 10, I saw Ernie driving around in his vehicle whenever he was working shift.
That happened years ago. Now we're talking about years ago.
It was only like
8 months ago. We're talking about what happened years ago. Is what you just told me a minute ago. Now we're back to that.
My whole point is that we need to stay the best that we can. I mean, hell, I was here today by myself because we're down to 1 person.
Yeah.
If I had to come in,
and that should not have happened.
I understand.
You don't
what
leave
I'm saying
until
is
you're relieved.
YouTube cannot be considered
suppression.
I get my budget. I get paid out of suppression budget.
Okay.
I'm on the suppression side.
Your days.
Yeah, but your
that's
days,
what your job
is. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Then why is it you put in your letter that I could just jump right back over? And I could be on 24-hour shift. What's the difference?
Well, here's my difference.
Whether I work 8 hours or I work 24 hours. What's the difference?
Here's the difference is because for this to work.
Why do I have to be on the truck?
Because it's manpower.
I'm here. You have manpower here to respond.
How many calls did you run while he was off on vacation?
2 or 3. I run a lot of calls y'all never fucking know about.
Well, I'm not saying that. How many trucks was you on?
Honestly, I ain't been on a truck for a long time today.
Not your fire either. Uh-huh. Okay. You need to come in and get a permit, but you can't burn until
after 5
o'clock.
Okay. This was a good start to a discussion that needs to continue.
Yeah.
I like that.
Meetings would help.
Well, you want to talk about meetings? You know, I tried to get a meeting rescheduled, and they wouldn't do it because people don't. They didn't want me here because I've done heard y'all done talked about getting rid of me out of the union and all this other stuff.
No, here's my point on it. I didn't agree with Ernie. I told Ernie I don't agree with you being in the union.
Well, that's fine.
I didn't agree with that because some of these guys may want to speak their mind. These younger guys, not that they're backstabbing, you're talking behind your back. Maybe they feel more comfortable of speaking their mind around the union body versus the chief sitting there going, looking at it. That was my whole thing. But I told Ernie that.
It depends on the chief, and it depends on the type of person. I mean, if it's a union meeting, it's a union meeting.
I'm not saying that.
But, you know, nobody ever brought it up in a meeting. You know, this is like the second time that, you know, I've been threatened to be thrown out.
Who's throwing you out?
Well, the first time it was Mark, and then I heard the other day that it was Mark brought up again.
What did he bring up?
I'd have to go back and I don't.
Well, maybe it was, you know, but that's just what I heard. You know, if that's what it is, then so be it. I mean, you know, it's a majority vote. All right?
No, that's not even the question to me. It's hard to be, and Ernie, you ask Ernie, I felt the same way. How can you have the best interest of the union, and you're trying to suppress money in the budget, and have the best interest of the union body and the department, and fill all these shoes? I told Ernie, I said, you can't fucking do it. I'm not saying you're whatever do anything. I'm saying you just can't do it, Ernie.
Well, okay, and you're right.
Yeah.
So on the other hand, it's just like your family suing the city, your mom suing the city. How can you, and with the people that's being sued, and you feel that it's rightfully so, how can you?
Well, harassment is harassment. Yeah.
How can you negotiate for the fire department? How does that make you a good negotiator for the fire department?
Because I have the best interest of the men. That's a whole different subject to me. I have the best interest of the men, not what my mom's doing. I love my mom and I care about her.
I gotta go, but the second letter that you wrote over there for what you requested, did you write that letter?
What letter?
The second one.
You want to see it?
No, the second one.
What second one?
The one for the financial.
Yeah, you want to see it?
No, I asked you, did you write it?
You're damn right I wrote it.
You wrote it?
You're damn right I wrote it.
Okay.
Go up here and look. You want to see it in the file?
Huh?
You want to see it?
In what file?
The union file.
No. Is it on the computer?
No, it's not on the computer.
What computer did you write on?
Mine.
But you wrote it, right? You all heard it.
That's the question you need to ask him, where all the money's going. So, but anyway, I don't know what that was about, but anyway, so we need to get another union computer, so I'm not doing any more on mine for the union shit. I'm not doing it anymore. Not doing it. Anyway, the sheets back there, we'll fill them out real quick. We'll just send the...
That's my question. I don't know. What did you see?
Just the financials. That's what I've always done.
Whatever that form is.
I don't know what that form is.
Okay, get on the international website and get in the Secretary Treasurer's sheet, pull up the list of responsibilities and forms that you have to submit.
That one's form there, it's the white ones. And you just send in the financials you have printed off, you send them in the envelope.
A copy of them?
Yeah, copy of them, mail it out. Take it back till about 3
already
years.
back 3 years.
About 3 years, mail it in. And actually this year, you didn't send this year's in. Would that be 3 years?
Got this year's yet. Is they run on a calendar year or physical year?
I don't know. Never knew. Never knew. I just know it was, I always thought at tax time, you know, April, like today, I guess is the end of the tax time, so I always thought that you just send them in when everything was done.
But that was for the calendar year. You gotta have the time to submit it April 15th for the 2012 year.
Yeah, that's a prime example. Right there was the prime example. Did you write it on the computer? Well, what never was an issue when he was writing shit. I found shit he wrote years back.
The union bought the fucking computer.
That
system, the union paid for it. The union paid for it. The association paid for it. The pension board paid for it.
Because Craig,
technically, it was a union piece of equipment. Now, I don't have a fucking clue. Now,
No, Craig didn't want anything printed off there, letters to go towards him as union. He wanted to ensure that. That's one of the things he ensured. But there's no policy here. So to me, who says I can't write what I want to write on there?
I don't know.
I'm not looking at porn. I'm just saying. Who says I can't write what I want to write?
I don't know. And honestly, I don't know.
It doesn't. I've never seen. You ever seen anything that says you can't decide to look at porn?
If I'm not mistaken, there is
If there is, I've never seen it.
a media electronic communication something policy in
The only thing I've ever seen in it was about porn. It's automatic termination, but like everything, do we go by the white book? Or do we don't go by it, then we went by it, then we don't go by it, we go by it, we don't go by it, we go by this, we go by that, and we don't go by it. Depends on who's up for termination. Like I'm going to get time off for what? I guess you can't say it. Everybody else can.
I mean, for the actions that occurred here today, whistle on the joke.
You can do that anytime.
But
it needs to happen more often.
in communicating within the rank structure, any act of insubordination.
Is he not being? I know I'm his subordinate,
Correct.
but he's not going to talk to me like hey, I'm going to talk right back.
And
But do you see how aggressive he was towards him?
In my face?
He went.
he's still defending himself.
No, well,
So look at it from his perspective.
and I understand that.
Just like in your office when he got in my face, and you said, "I'm gonna send you both home." And I said, "Well, fuck, what did I do?" I said, "I'm standing here. He's the one coming across over at me." He's aggressive like that. You can't get up to people, so I don't care who you are.
Hey, I can take it.
But it's just.
But just don't talk about my daughter.
Nothing.
I don't even know where you're coming from.
On topic shit. My daughter.
I don't even go.
What they don't know is, the IP addresses are out there. And they're known. But when the mom's lawsuit comes down, and he brings up his total bullshit. My mom's been harassed for 4 fucking years, Ronnie. 4 fucking years. Well, then, when she was working.
But nothing ever gets resolved. It's like, you tell him.
What is he talking
You're
about?
not communicating.
What is he talking
about
rescheduling a meeting?
I assumed he was talking about the association meeting that tried to get changed.
No, he come in here and scratched it off like a big shot. That's what he done. I'm moving this meeting. Take the money and go with it. I don't give a fuck.
But do you consider? Do you not understand where I'm coming about manpower? That's mine.
It ain't me, my pocket be vibrating.
You can't be considered suppression. You're not on the fire truck. We don't have manpower here.
Oh, and I agree totally. I told them that because when I was the temporary chief, that was presented to me as a way to reduce the amount of overtime that was being. Yeah, you can consider me as suppression, third man on the wheel. I said, on the books it looks fine, but on the fucking fire truck, it ain't worth a damn because I ain't on the truck. And what he has been dealt with the part the budget.
He's a fucking liar. John Young is a fucking liar.
On what?
You've had 2 men slots that's been open, both of them since.
The numbers never got put in the budget case. The contract.
I'm not saying that, but how does your budget go up $54,000, but there's no changes? Nobody gets raises. You hire 2 more men. No, you're not. You're simply filling the positions that are fucking there. And I didn't get a chance to respond back to his thing either. Ernie just had to be back on shit. They done it to fuck with him.
Ernie told him all along that contract ain't gonna work. You ain't got enough money there. Ernie told him that.
Yeah.
Ernie didn't know why there wasn't enough money there, but he told him that the numbers don't work out. Ernie knew that. But that's what you got. But when you take and add all the shit up, the chief's salary, the captain's salary, the lieutenant's positions, the journeyman firefighters, and then the apprentice firefighters, You add all that shit up, it was $70,000 short. I was like, look, here it is.
And I understand that he's got to be in a budget, but he's also got to fight for his men as well and say, look, we're low-handed. And I understand that there's a budget, but it's like we went to 3 people and now we're back to 2 on a truck all the time. But he's allowing that to happen by considering you and him as working on a truck.
Budget in line until June 30th, because July 1 we start a new budget year. July 1, all the manpower and dollars are there.
I understand, but 2, not only, and I do remember this, because we put the test together very quickly because we were going to hire somebody.
Yep.
Okay, so we rushed and got that done.
Yep.
Then they got
and
we lost
as acting chief, they said we got to get these guys filled. And I said, as acting chief, I do not want to be responsible for hiring 2 fucking people and throwing them in that goddamn hornet's nest right now. I'm going to be chief. It's not going to be me.
But
whoever the chief is needs to
You're the chair,
hire those
where you're
people.
But check these off.
And
Put them in an envelope, mail envelope. Check. Make sure you go through and look. A lot of it's going to be zeros. You know, I put from January 1, 2010 to present day is what the audit's will go back. So.
But Jeff was appointed in February.
That ship was drugged through the mud. The ship went longer than it ever should have went. These guys should have been hired fucking in November. Period. End.
But
no later than December.
Wait a minute, the treasurer did say, and I know this for a fact.
Well, I'm saying, so that's your fault then.
I was not going to hire.
That's your fault then.
I'll take the fucking full responsibility for that. You want to send 2 new guys over in this fucking hornet nest?
Right now, I wouldn't hire. I said I do good. I wouldn't bring anybody over here.
Exactly.
I'm not knocking.
I got 2 new guys right now getting ready to start Monday.
I'm embarrassed for him.
Oh, I feel sorry for him. Hell, I felt sorry for Bonnet. They should have never fucking hired Bonnet.
But 2, the treasurer said, because I remember this when Ernie was chief, when we hurried the test up and all that, Ernie was still chief, and he told them that we needed the manpower. The treasurer told him that it would be cheaper on the city to pay the overtime than that. Well, then they figured out it ain't so much cheaper anymore. So now.
By God.
Then, wait a minute. Then they took Jeff.
When the bridge went out is when everything, the 3 men on the truck.
But we kept saying we're going to actively recruit for more manpower when the bridge goes down, for more call men, for more. I said I wouldn't bring my worst enemy into this fucking
But here's
shit.
the thing that they've done. All right, we've been minus 2 people, which is killing us in overtime.
Destroying. But really, it's not. But really, it's not because they got 2 slots they haven't filled.
When
Ernie's salary.
Listen, but they took another man off the truck by putting him on days because Ernie was on the truck. So now we're not down 2, we're down 3.
I understand.
So
I understand.
Hey,
the concept.
if 5 captains was just that important to promote somebody, it's just that always that important.
Do what?
If promoting a captain, when you cuss one and you act like a fucking idiot and you get promoted to one, if it was that important then, it's just that important always. And it should always be 5 fucking captains on a truck. And my point, I didn't get a chance.
Going to, but I'm okay.
but my thing is I don't think Jeff's seeing it because, like I said, he's not in here every day.
Monday through Fridays in here.
He's in here. He's a goat pass up and down here going back over to City Hall, but he never talks to the ships.
Never.
And I've told both of you, if if you're not seeing him long enough to talk to him, catch him. I need to talk to you.
I have. Look where we're at.
Yeah. But where are we? We were throwing back shit that happened 2 years ago.
He's the one.
Both of you were.
We were.
Okay. Okay.
But he's one of them that sit right there and stirred all this shit. And one of them, the overtime, AJ puts me and my brother in the fucking paper when I just come in late one time. He wants to go, he can remember what happened 12 years ago because he called me one time to get me out of bed, but he can't remember what happened the day of, fucking 2 months prior to. He's a fucking liar.
Oh, that whole being late and somebody else being, that is just absurd.
It wasn't about somebody being late, it was about habitually being late.
AJ should have been fired, period.
I know this.
You said that years back.
I told that.
You told Ernie you should have fired that son of a bitch years ago. Yeah. But you fucked up, Bill.
Yeah.
You've told him that.
You're living with it now.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Even at that, Ernie saved his fucking job on multiple occasions back when Steve Hardman was here. Yet, people's bullying him. What they need to realize is Ernie saved his fucking job. The first time he started sleeping through calls, 6 months into his job. I was there. I was here.
But
that's okay.
Still don't get
that's okay.
That he's stacking it, which is putting all the overtime.
It has always been that way.
Well, it's
like I said before, when it got to the point where all the overtime was on my shift, so me and whoever I was working with had no opportunity for overtime.
But
I call bullshit on that. You all soaked it up there when I was.
He's got an extra man. He's got an extra firefighter. He's got three on the shift, plus one man. Okay? Make him swing.
Who do we have actually?
Jonathan Atkins and Nate. They're the only two that's eligible to be swing because they're senior. Nate's a senior man. They're apprentice.
They're both them.
Yeah, so either one of them. And John even said, he said, hell, I wouldn't mind as long as I have my schedule laid out. He said, I wouldn't mind being swing at all. You know, that would fit him perfect.
And the thing is the problem was when AJ picked when he wanted to work. You can't do that. Here is where you're going to work.
No.
You know, you was pretty good about it because you said, get your fucking ass in here. No, you're scheduled for this day, but I might have an overtime on both fucking days. And I'll give him that. He did stand his ground on that.
Goddamn. But at the Kelly shift, I've never had to work at Kelly. I haven't had to try to fucking wrap my head around it, okay? Payroll is a fucking pain in the ass right now. The way it's being done right now is fucking crazy.
It's always been. I've never understood it the whole time I've been here.
But
why is it so fucking hard? Why is it so hard?
But here's
if you work this day, you get step up overtime. If you work this day, you get.
There's supposed to be a swing man. Why isn't there a swing man?
That was my point when I wrote the letter. It was like I told you.
9 shifts in a month.
Everybody just scheduled for 9 shifts.
But like I told you,
you at least cover that, and you're not stacking. You're stacking. What he's doing is he's stacking a shift. So if you have a swing man, then you can look at it and you can move people accordingly. Like you can make him work this shift. Okay, so there's going to be overtime here. Well, I'll make his day this day and this day.
But you know what pissed people off? And I heard this from multiple, not just Casey, how Casey feels about it. When you come in here, he told me this shit was temporary. He says it's going to be sporadic. He said he's got a lot of vacation and comp time to burn. That's what he told me. Then all of a sudden you come in here and you're posted on the daily, whatever you call them, the payroll sheets. You're logged in there for 8 hours a day. And I'm not complaining because it's actually kind of cool because you get to come in at 4 o'clock. It ain't too bad because you get to do your shit to the day.
Yeah.
It's fun. My point is, why didn't he come and tell people before he posted it on the board? That is what made people fucking erupt. Not just Casey, selfish Casey, like you said. Hey, I must.
That is a communication problem.
Yeah.
Okay, but understand why he's doing it is what I'm telling you.
I do understand.
But it doesn't make
I understand that, but why do you?
Because the other way he can do it is just take vacation and
Good.
start moving Kelly.
Hey, do that. You can't move Kelly. We're entitled to 9 days a month. You can't do that.
Right, but he can move them. Your Kelly here.
That's fine.
Overtime, you're going to take it here.
That's fine. But here's my deal. When you get to That, like he was saying, AJ, yeah, I'm a worker. He was working back to back so he could go do his fucking fencing.
You can't do that. You have to schedule.
When I was doing the payroll for the 3 months when I was...
And I'll give you this. I've heard you went and picked him up.
AJ in says, motherfucker, this is the schedule. Here's the vacations. You got 9 days. How do you want them and where do you want them?
Because there's so many of them, you don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, I got to keep the overtime at a minimum. This is what you got to do to fucking...
But he's got to put somebody on swing. That's all there is to it.
Well, my point when I wrote the letter, I told you, I said, it ain't nothing personal, but to me, a breach is a breach. If it was about me, I'd have put the same breach in there. You know, we talked about it. I said, I was giving you respect because I love you to death. I'm giving you respect. Yes, I should have come and talked to you. But I'm giving you, I know, but I'm giving you, I said, I'm going to give you the respect. That's why I was trying to get a hold of you all day. But when I sent it out, my theory was this. This council voted to put Ernie on shift because it just had to be, because that was the way it was going to be. But they did it to fuck with it. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that.
That's the whole point. They done it to fuck with Ernie because he wouldn't manage it over here.
And see, now they've moved him back over.
That creates 3 slots.
Now we're fucked again. So we're getting double.
That was my point. He said, I said, it was just that important to have the chief on shift in. You got 2 options. He comes back on shift, works 24 hours, or hire another man. It wasn't nothing personal, but he takes it personal.
He's taking it personal.
It's nothing against him.
Well,
It's nothing against one person. It's to me, just like the audit shit. My fault. I take responsibility for that. It's my dumbass fault. It should have been done 3 years ago.
And look at this, because the mayor told me, he's like, I want to let y'all know.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm telling you what he told me. He said, he said, I have kept my nose out of the operations. I'm trying to stay clear.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Until Ernie was, but they fucked with Ernie for 4 years on council, but now all of a sudden he's keeping his nose out of shit.
Well, I'm telling you what the man is telling me.
I'm not saying you didn't.
He said, the lawyer, we give the letter that Casey sent over, the union president sent over, to our lawyer to answer and blah, 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 blah. He said, our lawyer has looked at this, and he also looked up 1822.
Why would he do that?
He's a fucking lawyer. He's a labor lawyer. That's what I'm telling you, Case. The Johnny Brown, the lawyer that the city's got hired now, is a fucking labor lawyer.
That's this. Like I said in the letter, this is not a threat. I just want to sit down and establish a communication line.
He is a labor lawyer from the city side.
I understand
they
that.
Negotiate what the city.
But like when the wage opener.
He's not our fucking.
I understand that. Like the Scola, yeah.
He's the opposite guy.
Yeah, the fuck the guy we don't like.
Yeah.
But I'm saying.
But he looked at the organization and said, I'm really not sure that you even have to fucking abide by any of this shit because they haven't found out their goddamn paperwork. They haven't submitted their IRS paperwork, and they're potentially looking at some fucking audits and some penalties and a whole bunch of shit. And David's like, I'm not interested in that.
I just want
answer the shit.
Communication lines is all I want. It is like
it could possibly jeopardize the MOU and everything.
Well, it wasn't. That wasn't the intention. The intention was, hey, there's a lack of. There's a lack of here.
And David specifically asked me to let you all know. He's like, look, I'm not trying to fuck that bullshit. That's their problem. But you might want to let them know that they haven't filled out their fucking paperwork.
Let's get that done before I leave out here.
Doing an audit on them, and they could be held responsible.
Speaking of that,
fines and penalties.
I need to call the union
like
too.
3 years.
Yeah, I need to call the union anyway and ask them because after if you get to a certain amount on your bond, you got a certain amount in your account. You got to up your bond